One day, many years ago, a mysterious tortoise-haired cat appeared on our doorstep. Little did I know she would be there for me in particular through the hardest challenge of my life. I am so excited because I want to read a book I wrote called Mocha, a Loyal and Loving Cat. It was a final tribute to my cat, Mocha, and how important she'd been in my life. My name is Mocha. This is my story. When my husband Nick and I were moving into our house in Portland, a mysterious cat appeared on our doorstep. We didn't know who she was or what she was doing. We would later find out she had lived there before and she'd come back twice through city streets. Nick and I both thought, that's so strange. Why would she give up her family? I pushed to have Mocha become our cat once we found out that her other family was going to take her to a shelter. Nick was like, well, she's not going to lay on the bed. And sure enough, he was the one who would be like, oh, looba dooba dooba dooba, talking to her like that. Unexpectedly, Nick got sick with a virus. In a matter of a couple days, I ended up having to take him to the emergency room. He had a seizure on the table, and nothing they could do with the anti-seizure medication could get the seizures to stop. So just shy of his 38th birthday and shy of our 3rd wedding anniversary, he had a heart attack and died. I just had so many thoughts going on in my head. How could this have happened? How am I going to survive this? The life we were going to live, how did it get shattered? And I never really told people just how deep that pain was, but I would tell Mocha. She knew more about what I was feeling than my friends or my grief counselor that I was going to. It kind of dawned on me, she knew something was going to happen, that her presence was going to be so important. She'd come out and sit with me in the garden. Nick had a drum set, so I would go and sit there to try and feel Nick. And Mocha would come down into the basement and sit next to me. She would pass no judgment, say nothing. She'd just be there to give me the comfort I needed. She's the one who got me through those toughest times. Freddie didn't join my backyard until I'd had Mocha for 10 years. He was very skittish, very scared. He looked homeless to me. I started feeding him, and it took about 6 months, but finally he let me touch his head. One time I went out to feed him in the morning, and unfortunately his face was all bloody from a raccoon attack. I talked to Mocha, and I said, I gotta let this boy cat in named Freddie. The raccoons are beating him up, and I thought that there might be a little fight between the two of them. As soon as I opened the door, he literally sauntered right past Mocha, found her food bowl, started eating, and she was just kind of like, what? And they became little buddies. It made me happy. It made me realize, a purpose for getting up in the morning. For 5 years, they were together before Mocha had a stroke. We'd been together at that point for almost 12 years. So letting Mocha go was not just letting her go as my loving cat, but it also felt like it was kind of a final piece of Nick being gone from me. That same day, Freddie automatically just came right up and took what had been Mocha's position and slept right next to me, and always did for as long as he lived. And that is the end, kids. Thank you. I keep sharing this story about my cat, Mocha, because it's made me who I am today. I hope that you might have an animal one day that helps you sometimes, in good times and in tough times. Animals have shown up in my life when I needed them, and they needed someone as well. That's why I share Mocha's story with my students every year. I rescued them at first, but ultimately they really rescued me and the need that I had inside of myself after losing Nick. The rescue was mutual.